At the end of Avengers, Infinity War, the villain Thanos acquired the Infinity Stones for a gauntlet that let him snap his fingers and turn half the population to dust. In doing so, Thanos believes he's achieved his goal, a universe free of suffering. His reasoning is simple. On a planet with too many people and limited resources, the survivors have more than they need, solving the world's problems. Is Thanos right about overpopulation? His rationale seems to make sense if we consider our own planet. Since the Industrial Revolution, the world population has grown rapidly. The figure is currently over 7.6 billion and is projected to reach 10 billion in 2050. Fewer people ought to mean more food and less hunger, and might lower the risk of an epidemic when overcrowding enables the spread of disease. Human activity is driving a loss of biodiversity, with about 25% of animals and plants now threatened with extinction, so having the population would help other species. As a consequence, you could conclude that by eliminating 50% of all humans, Thanos did the Earth a huge favor. The idea that Thanos did nothing wrong has become an internet meme, but the joke does have some truth to it, and Endgame provides the proof. During a conversation between Captain America and Black Widow early in the movie, 5 years after the events of Infinity War, Cap mentions crossing the Hudson River in New York and says, "I saw a pod of whales when I was coming over the bridge." That one line implies a bright side to Thanos' actions. They were beneficial to the environment. Promoting biodiversity would removing half the human population really benefit the planet? According to the latest report from the Intergovernmental Science Policy Platform on Biodiversity and Ecosystem Services, IPBES, the rate of species extinctions is accelerating, dangerous decline driven by 5 factors: land use, hunting or exploiting wildlife, climate change, pollution, and introducing invasive species. Even if humanity could stop carbon dioxide emissions today, global warming would continue for hundreds of years, and several long-term effects can't be reversed. Over a short period like the 5 years depicted in Endgame, we wouldn't notice any improvement to climate, but a Thanos snap might influence the other 4 extinction factors. Let's imagine how having the human population might have an impact on marine mammals. In Endgame, Captain America suggests that whales are able to swim in the Hudson because there's fewer ships, cleaner water. This sounds plausible. After commercial whaling was made widely illegal in the 20th century, some animals recovered. The number of right whales, the most endangered large species in the Atlantic Ocean, has risen by almost 3% per year, for example, from about 300 in 1935 to 500 in 2010. Animals still become entangled in fishing nets, however, so less traffic from fewer ships might well mean more whales. What about cleaner water? Persistent organic pollutants like the chemical PCB, polychlorinated biphenyl, become more concentrated as they pass along the food chain, reaching toxic levels that threaten marine apex predators and spell doom for half of orca, killer whales.